Welcome, viewers, back to Phoenix Point, where we last left the Gift and the Scout holding the A-team with a very slightly wounded Irina. We last left them in Antarctica seeking Dr. Symes. Let's see what this mission has in store for us. This archaeological site may be related to the antediluvian civilization discovered by Randolph Symes III. If we can secure it, we may be able to figure out where Symes went next. We're going to start this mission taking a look at our individual characters as we go. Sophia Brown, not at all under the influence of corruption, wearing the Sam New biotech armor, wielding a Mercy SG-3 Phoenix shotgun and a Dagon's Tooth hand-to-hand weapon, as well as the occasional Neurazer pop, although Neurazers are extremely disappointing. She does have a grenade, and she has 15 points to spend, so we're going to bump up her willpower by a point. Since she's, we still haven't unlocked any of the Anu classes, which I'd really prefer to double class her in if we get there. So now she's going to have 15 will points. Next in line is Jacob Eber, wielding the outrageously devastating Danchev AR, acid-firing living assault rifle. Just look at that thing. It's pink and purple. How could it not be dangerous? He's also got a shield, the Neurazer, no hand-to-hand weapon. 16 points to spend. He's also going to bump his will. He does have some corruption. 5 points of corruption. Healing that for 50 is a 10-to-1 heal, and we're running quite low on mutagens, although that's something to remember to go look at. So let's bump up his willpower. We could save some points for healer or sniperist, but I don't think he's ever going to use any of those. Next in line is Omar, which is weird. It should be Takeshi. Let's look at you first. You're outfitted identically to Jacob, except for the assault rifle, obviously. You're holding the Deimos assault rifle. Your willpower is lower than everyone else, although your strength is higher. That's why. Okay. So we're going to have to wait a bit to give you points, although we are accumulating quite a large pool. So hopefully we get to spend that pool on some new classes eventually. Let's take a look at Omar. Omar is carrying the Goliath GL2 as well as a Deceptor MG, both of which he got to use in the last mission. We did take a look at the Fury 2 on one of our other heavies on the B team. The one thing we haven't actually looked at is the Dante. Have we not made one of those? Is that a weapon he can wield? Okay, well that's something to think about, flamethrower, because we do have a terrible lack of flame in this team. For some reason, we haven't unlocked flame grenades, which New Jericho should be providing to us by now. In Scooby, we have a bunch of EMP grenades. I don't think we're going to be needing these. I don't expect to be fighting any robots here. Famous last words. Let's take a look now and fire the mission. All items on the battlefield will be recoverable. Let me take a second here and just say thanks for watching. You could be spending time elsewhere, and I appreciate it. If you are so inclined, please do consider leaving a like on the video. Also welcome comments and subscriptions. Alright, this is a new map. It is a forest area with some ruins and what looks like an Acheron. An Acheron Prime, who, if I'm not mistaken, looks a little bit smaller than the other Acherons. No, he's the same hit point level. But an Acheron Prime, contact corruption, pepper cloud, call reinforcements. Alright, so we want to take this guy out, but not let him call reinforcements is our preference. We have to retrieve evidence of the antediluvian civilization, and it looks like there's something in the middle of this square. Okay, everything else is just trees, so there shouldn't be a lot blocking our line of sight, but we want to sneak up as fast as possible on that guy. Unfortunately, Scooby is going to be pretty useless for that. We've seen in the past the rockets just don't do a whole lot to these guys because of the heavy armor. It may aid in stripping the armor, so we'll still shoot rockets at it. Don't you worry. But we want to get closer without alarming it. Let's head toward this rock cluster here. Oh, we immediately see an Arthron over here. That is a Arthron who's armed with a pincher and a spitterhead. It looks like, yes, that's an Arthron brute. They all have spitterheads now. Taking a look at his nastiness. Alright, so we do have to worry about those down yonder. I bet there's going to be more. Let's take it slow and steady. So who was that? That was Jacob moving up. Takeshi. That was Takeshi moving up. Yeah, I think we still want to get you in those rocks. You're definitely not going to have a good shot, but I think we're just going to have to set up some overwatches. Let's stick you behind this tree.
Moving to coordinates. Target located.
You see, ooh, a Myrmidon. Myrmidon right next to the Arthron. So I don't think it shows movement range. Oh, it does. Okay, so there's the movement range. It's pretty far, but it looks like we're just outside of it here. So that's actually a pretty decent place to stay and do a short range overwatch. Let's set that up later, though. Before we set the overwatch, let's pick everybody's positions. Unfortunately, we're going to see that Arthron here, which means it's going to see us and start calling reinforcements almost immediately, I think. So we do want to try to get out of its sight and run that direction. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we're not going to get you far enough without a dash. So we could dash here and then get to those rocks. That would be ideal. And still have enough move to get you on an overwatch. Maybe this rock here is a good place to crouch.
I see them.
And you did see yet another Arthron. Another one lined up behind the first. They do have poison, but they're not that bad otherwise. Let's see who else wants to move. Irina, it would be nice to get you in, but let's get Sophia up first. She's also going to dash a little bit just so she can get a better position. And then she might have to do a double dash to get behind this tree. I think what makes sense here actually is for you to get behind that tree. Ah, no, you also need it. Okay. Yeah, let's get you behind the tree with a double dash.
Maximum effort.
Getting you close is important because of your short-range weapon. For snipers, we do have Irina Soklova. She should really just be focusing down at that, but she's going to be so far behind here that it makes sense to just move her slowly and keep her eyes on the pack that we see there.
I can make a difference.
Omar. Would be really nice if we could fire your Goliath at those guys. Let's take a look and see if you can reach them. No, not without a little bit of movement. So we're just going to move you up one space. Get you there.
On the move.
You're only going to have one grenade shot, but
Watch this.
it's a big blast. It looks like you might be able to hit two of them if we're careful. Unfortunately, not quite close enough. That's too bad. Even if we hit there, it's probably going to hit the rock, but let's try. Try there. I don't think it's as accurate as the... Yeah. That's the problem with grenades in this game. The arc that it draws is not accurate. It's going to disperse from that arc. Scooby might be able to shoot grenades at those guys. Let's take a look at Scooby. Yeah, this is way more likely to hit. I probably should have looked at this grenade chance first. It's a nice shot because they're grouped. I'd really like to hit all 3 of them. I don't think we'll probably have to fire multiple shots at them though. Ooh, and that red in the way is terrible for viewing. Ouch. Okay. Oh, we did hit all 3. Very, very, very nice. 1 down. Myrmidon down. So 2 down, and this guy is going to bleed out. He does still have an arm, it looks like. But yeah, he's going to bleed out. That was nice, Scooby. Thanks for your efforts. Let's get you away from that wall, so if you fire again, it's not such a epileptic seizure. Who else is here? Irina, we haven't moved you.
Loud and clear.
I think
Moving now.
we could get you up and maybe have you take out something. No, you don't actually have...
Targeting.
Doesn't think you have a shot on the Arthron. Nope. Okay. So let's actually keep running you forward so that you can get in better place next time. There's the yellow ring marking the limit of the Arthron's movement. So as long as you're behind that, I think you'll be totally safe. Let's put you here.
Sprinting to position.
Maybe even a little forward just to get you
Heading
closer.
out.
Sophia, let's do a short-range shotgun blast for you, just in case the Arthron comes at you. Spread it out, like, I don't know, like there. I think he's going to come this way, honestly. So is there any sense in you firing that way? Maybe like that.
I'm on Overwatch.
Takeshi can then watch your back. And Jacob can assist you with a slightly longer range and cover that way more.
I'm on Overwatch.
Let's see if that Arthron makes it out alive. Or if he even moves. Here he goes. Nope. He didn't move. Oh, there he goes. Okay. First shot's gonna take him out. Very nice.
Hostile destroyed.
Ooh, an unexpected Arthron from upfield. Closer to the Acheron Prime. That thing is a lot further away than the spot we initially saw it at. I hope it just walked that whole way. It looks like those 2 Arthron don't know we're here yet. We took everything out so quickly that we haven't alerted the bad guys. Great. I think Irina can probably keep it up. Yeah, that guy didn't even deploy his shield. What do we have? That's a Brute Alpha. A Brute Alpha is just a Brute with slightly better shield, I think. Slightly better armor. Let's see what the shot looks like from here. Okay, yeah, we can definitely take out his head, I think. I'm not sure we'll be able to take him out. So, Spitterhead or Evolved Pincher. Let's take out the head. Good. 141 damage to the head, 10 bleeding, 39 points left. So he still has a Pincher, and he's a threat to her. So we're going to have to back her up with some Overwatch. Let's have the team pivot and start heading up the field this way. That guy's not going to be a threat to anyone, I don't think. Is that? It's another Brute or Brute Alpha, yeah. So he doesn't have a ranged weapon. Jacob Ever. I think if we get you over here, that you'll be able to Overwatch and give us some security. Maybe Overwatch there.
Area covered.
Sophia, I think, just wants to run upfield and be useful next turn. There's nothing visible here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get her all the way up here. I don't really want the Acheron to see her, though. Yeah, okay, let's keep in on this side of the trees. There. Okay, Takeshi is also going to run forward, but hopefully in a way that he gets a shot. We do see a Triton right behind the Arthron. maybe that changes things. So that might
What's our
mean...
plan?
Yeah, you already took your shot, so never mind.
Let's show him what we
I'm
can
gonna move
do.
you here. We'll set your cone like so, so you take the shot at the Arthron. Actually, that's dangerous. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. You take the shot at the Arthron. Sophia, you're actually gonna back off to here. And Omar can probably start running forward to offer some better support in the future. Let's keep you down near the edge and get you behind the rocks.
Let's go.
Alright, that's good enough for now, Omar. Alright, Scooby, if you do fire a grenade, it's going to have to go through the trees, so I think instead you're just going to charge forward and maybe try to absorb some damage. Let's see what happens on the enemy's turn. Arthron Brute Alpha skipping happily, clearly unaware of our presence. There's our expected kill of the other Brute Alpha. Thank you, Takeshi. They're thinking about it. Triton moves forward and goes the wrong direction, so he's aware of us, but he's taking the cover and gonna shoot at Irina. Tiny bit of damage. Nothing to worry about. Scratch. The Acheron Prime doesn't appear to be aware of us yet. Oh, now it's alerted. Okay, Acheron Prime's aware of us, so it's going to start... It's going to start being nasty with reinforcements. So we're going to have to get in there and blast it as soon as possible. So let's do a dash. It looks like maybe a double dash this way with you.
Pushing on.
Or maybe just a dash and a run. That's going to get you pretty close. Do we want to do the double dash? There's something over there. That's an Arthron. Somebody else. Let's assume somebody else takes care of the Triton, but let's take care of the Triton before you hop out and expose yourself. Scooby could do it, right? Scooby can fire from there, and the Triton does seem like a good target for some missiles. Very, very nice, Scooby. So valuable to have a rocket launching vehicle with you on these dangerous missions. Okay, that opens the door for Sophia to charge forward. This guy's not going to be able to reach her, right? I can't quite see him to select him. There we go. Yeah, he's never going to be able to reach her. So she could run, but I'd like to see if her willpower. So let's move her here.
Enemy in visual range.
Yep. Ooh, another Triton. Crap. That is unexpected. We do need to take this thing out though, so she's going to risk it and
Moving to coordinates.
move to here. And she's going to hit it with everything she's got. That's going to be a pretty good torso shot. Oh, the other option would be a leg. Yeah, let's hit it center of mass right there. Maybe we'll get them both. Or neither.
Hostile wounded.
I think we did take out a torso. No, damn. We hurt the torso, didn't take it out. She's in extreme danger.
Receiving live
Irina
fire.
can definitely take a step
Moving to
forward
position.
and give it a shot with her sniper rifle. You have an option to take out the torso or the head. Head will remove ability call reinforcements, so we obviously want to do that. That's what we should have been shooting at with
Enemy
our
hit.
other characters. It's going to be up to you. You're going to do a dash to get up there. Is that wise? That leaves you 2 points. No, that leaves you 3 points. Yeah, there's no reason to dash. Oops. I always forget you can't toggle these buttons off. That is so frustrating. Okay. So if you get here, you'll still get your single shot, though. No big deal. Just not in the exact position I wanted you in. And you're going to have to take out the head for us. Not good. Not the best. What about Omar? Where are you, buddy? Probably should have had you throwing the grenades initially. To knock the armor down first. But I was just worried that you'd miss. Very nice. Disabled the head. Good job, Omar. Actually did what nobody else could do. Okay, so that prevents reinforcements. Our biggest threat now is Triton. This thing does have 25 acid. It's infected by a virus once and 10 bleeding. I think the acid reduces armor, but doesn't do damage directly, right? Yeah, corrodes 10 armor per turn. If there's no armor, damage is applied to the body part. Acid value reduces by 10 per turn. So for 2 turns, it's going to lose 10 armor. So next turn, it has no armor. That's actually pretty nice. Armor stripping, honestly. Who else can move? We still have Takeshi. Takeshi could probably charge forward and get a shot, but what he really should be doing is backing up Sophia with that Triton. She's going to run this way. And everyone has moved. Let's see if Sophia survives the sniper shot. Acheron runs in and is going to resurrect corpses, I presume. Oh, Pepper Cloud, much better. Ooh, and just a direct corruption attack. Very nice. Neither of those are very bad. Resurrection would have been way worse. Ooh, that Triton hitman spread out some mist, which is disgusting. But not the end of the world. And there's a Brute Alpha still. So I think we only have these 3 left on the field. See if Sophia can take them all out. She does really want to take out the Alpha first and leave the Arthron here for Takeshi. So let's think about them doing that. Over here,
Channel open.
I don't think it's worth trying to knock this thing out. We'd have to do 80 points still, and it's not going to be alive for that long. Instead, we're going to keep doing more acid damage to it, which is probably a waste of the acid at this point. But we can also cause a lot more bleeding. Torso is still alive. Let's do most of our damage to this leg with a little bleed over accidental shot to the torso there. Did that do what I'd hoped? Well, it doesn't matter because on the next shot, we're going to kill it. Very nice. Acheron down, no chance to call reinforcements. That was well played, people. Still have a threat over here. Who can get to it? Jacob did his heroic action for the turn.
I can make a difference.
Omar, how do you feel about lobbing a grenade all the way over this building, Omar?
Here I come.
That's what I thought you'd say. Yeah, that's a decent hit on him, but unfortunately you can't hit the hitman, which is what I was hoping for. Ooh, also, Arthron is panicked. Let's save the grenade shot. On second thought. Didn't realize the Arthron was panicked. That means, I believe, that he's not going to do anything. Unable to move while recovering will points. Okay, so he's out of will. You can still attack if we're next to him, I assume. So let's not get next to him. Instead, let's have Sophia dash. And then she's going to do a move to here and get point blank with this guy. And you know what? What does better damage? Is it an axe? 168 and 50 bleed? Or is it a point blank shotgun? Into the head. I think we know the answer to that one. Alright, Takeshi, that leaves you to double tap this Arthron who's panicked for us. Might as well use your dash.
No time to lose.
You might as well dash twice just so you can get a good shot into the back of his head and avoid the armor. And from there,
Preparing to fire.
I think you could have done it if we could hit his head, but let's just take the damn, I don't think he's gonna die. Oh wait, he is gonna bleed. I forgot about bleed damage. Damn, he still needs 10 more, but he can't move, so you're safe. And Irina can probably snag the kill, honestly, because she has a pistol. Though it's the Hera pistol. But she can get to here and still take a shot. As long as she spends the 3 will points on her quick aim. Takes the shot. And I guess you're shooting his arm off.
One less to worry about.
Very nice. Omar, you might as well get the high ground finally. Tell us if you see anybody else coming, and let's move the Scooby closer to the center. Hold on, what happened? Oh, maybe just because Scooby's selected we don't see it. Let's move you so you're not in the way. And yeah, if we select somebody else there, it's back. So who else has movement? Nobody really. Let's end the turn there, and next turn somebody's going to run in there and check what we've got. Confirm. Alright, I think it's going to have to be Takeshi. Looks like everybody's recovered. You have 5 will. Maybe everybody else will recover will if we need to. Activate objective. Thank you, Takeshi. Oh, that's all we had to do. Maybe we could have just run in there and activated it directly rather than doing a combat. Unfortunately, Irina did take a slight injury from one of the Tritons, but everybody else came out unscathed. Let's head back to the geoscape and see if we learn where Dr. Symes is. Wrong turn, exploration site. Unfortunately, we have not managed to recover any useful information from this site. This is not the location mentioned in Symes' notes. We will have to keep looking. Damn, well, that's a pretty nice booby prize, though. 375 tech and 500 materials. That is definitely enough where we can afford to open a base down here. In fact, let's think about what base we might want to open next. Let's also think about where we're sending these guys. There's no, if we did open this base, there's no reason to send them there. It will give us a little research and some nice scan in Antarctica. There's also this base in Australia, which will need its scanner repaired. This one doesn't even have a scanner. So that's an option. This one up here, research and maybe some living quarters. Also in the danger zone for where the behemoth happens to be right now. Speaking of which, there are a couple, there's at least one Karen out, and we do have a weaponized ship up. No, that guy is, sorry, he's going down to pick up Armis, that's right. So that base there is sort of nice idea just because it'll give us better coverage. Something's happening here that I have no idea what that is. It's like somebody's got a mist repulsor. I'm not sure why we can't go investigate that yet. The other bases we might want to unlock. I think it is the Australian. Wait, there's got to be one around India, right? How is there no base in India? I guess this one, Symes Memorial Base, might make sense. What's the... That's a learning center, I think. Is that right? Training facility. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it might make sense to put something in Africa. There's a training facility and a medical center there, so that is a prime candidate. We're going to want to be heading this way soon anyways. Let's go ahead and open this one. Let's gonna cost a lot of materials, but it's worth it, I think. And we immediately want to make sure that we have repaired the energy generator. Medical bay is the only thing we really need in here other than a scanner for now. Satellite uplink. Ooh, that's the rest of our materials. We definitely want it. Okay. Let's go ahead and make sure Tenuous is going to the right trades now in that case. Tenuous here is currently going to the wrong trades because of our changing situation, so we want to send you back to get materials. And I think there are materials probably available here. No, not there. Not there. Looks like we've scoured the countryside already. Maybe this one. Yeah, here's plenty of materials. So why don't you head... Is that true? Yes, tech for materials. Let's head there. And let's start bringing the gift and the other one up to the other Symes base, which is here. Seeking Dr. Symes. So they'll come back up through South America. And maybe park here. Is there... No, there's no place to heal anywhere up there. Okay, they can park here to heal if they need it. We'll stop them there and then head them to Symes base from there. There's literally nothing to do in South America, so that's the place to send them. The scout is the other one, and also up to South America to here. Carrier is going to pick up Armis, and Tenuous is trading. Inaccessible is healing. Let's just spend a little bit of time looking at everything else that might be going on. Personnel. We do have some creatures in containment that we could turn into mutagens. We have one assault trooper that we could recruit. I'm not sure that's worth it. We have a bunch of mutoids we don't really need to make. Air Force wise, we do have 2 aircraft with guns, so I think short term we're going to want to send the Tenuous over to start dealing with the Behemoth's flyers to see if we can put that thing to rest sooner. Research wise, we're waiting for a Chiron autopsy. Manufacturing, do we have anything? Do we have anything resembling a flamethrower? Let's see, that seemed to be under heavy equipment. And I thought we learned how to make one. Maybe it wasn't heavy, maybe it's assault? No. Maybe I'm just confused. I thought we had a flamethrower reverse engineered. Doesn't look like we do. Okay. Weird. What am I thinking of then? Did we not reverse engineer a Dante New Jericho flamethrower? Maybe we just found one, but we don't know how to make it. Yeah, so I don't see one there, but maybe there's one in here that's usable. There was definitely ammo. Here's the ammo. Maybe we only found ammo. We haven't actually found one yet. That's possible too. Although, then why is it in the Phoenixpedia? I am not really sure. I feel like we reverse engineered one and I'm getting gypped out of being able to use it. I want to burn. Well, I must burn. Okay. Whatever, there's no Dante. That's too bad. Yeah, we're kind of short on flame weapons, which is interesting because flame weapons would really come in handy. Alright, I think we're going to end it there. Thanks so much for watching. Next time, we will send the A-Team up into the Americas to search for the other Dr. Symes clue. Then we might try doing some aerial combat. We are seeing 2 active flyers here. Oh yeah, look at that. There's an... That's not an enemy flyer. What are you talking about? There's only one. Definitely Acheron. Maybe there's one under this Tiamat? Or is... Because the Tiamat is an Anu flyer, isn't it? But why is it pink like theirs? Yeah, Tiamat is the Anu flyer, and they... That's weird. Okay. Anyway, next time. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Corknut playing Phoenix Point. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.